My name is Pete Warshaw. My Dharma name is Won JeeHo. About a year ago, Reverend Won became aware that the Wikipedia entry for Won Buddhism was saddled with two flags. It lacked neutrality, beliefs were presented as truths, and verifiability. Source references were sketchy if they existed at all. Beyond that, the content was incomplete and, in places, not accurate. This was a real concern. As we all know, Wikipedia has become the go-to source for the curious. Mild curiosity about Won Buddhism has been the window through which many of us have passed on our way to becoming practitioners. It was obvious that the entry needed fixing. After Reverend Won conferred with her fellow Kyominims in other Won Buddhist centers, it became apparent that the task would rest on our shoulders. So she asked me and Rebecca Smith, whom many of you know, to take it on. In accepting the task, both of us saw this as an opportunity to serve the greater good, in keeping with the Won Buddhist value of public service. As we got going, it became even more than that. Wikipedia stands on two pillars. First, anyone is welcome to submit or edit an entry on any subject. And second, entries need to reflect a scholarly approach to assure their neutrality and verifiability. This is managed by volunteer moderators and editors and is the system through which Rebecca and I were about to navigate. For starters, we agreed that I would do the content research and write the drafts. Then, as a retired professor with long-standing experience with scholarly work, Rebecca would wikyize it to meet specific requirements. I found the process fascinating and fulfilling. I've been practicing at the temple for about 11 years, and my experience with Dharma talks, book groups, discussions with Reverends Won, Ginger, and Ziyang, and my own penchant for digging into the specifics caused me to view Won Buddhism somewhat as a flashlight shining through a kitchen colander, a myriad of distinct lights. But now the requirement was to describe the whole as well as its parts. How do these lights fit together? Through my research and my writing, I discovered that in fact, the whole was cohesive and elegant. How cool was that? And by reading broadly the work of lay scholars and Won Buddhist clergy, including past Dharma masters, I more clearly understood the cultural and religious forces that existed in Korea when Won Buddhism was formed and slowly grew, including the impact of the Confucian-based Joseon dynasty, which ruled Korea from the 1300s until the Japanese occupation in 1910, just before Sotaesan's enlightenment in 1916. The introduction of Catholicism and later Protestantism toward the end of the 19th century. The establishment of other religious movements during the same period as Sotaesan's enlightenment. And the significant burden of the Japanese occupation of Korea between 1910 and the end of World War II in 1945. As Rebecca commented, it's a marvelous experience, isn't it, seeing Won Buddhism in its historical context. After a year of research, writing drafts, multiple reviews by fellow temple practitioners and Kyominims in the US, and in Rebecca's case, significant modification to fit Wikipedia's content and style requirements, the task has been completed. Sort of. Since anyone may modify an entry, everyone's job now is to assure that it remains accurate and clear. Your help will be important. We ask you that you periodically review the entry and ask, is it neutral? Or are beliefs labeled as truths? Are the statements verifiable with appropriate references? Does it accurately portray your understanding of Won Buddhism? What suggestions do you have for improvement? Let's continue to tend this garden so that it produces healthy food for thought. Thank you.